What if I told you that hidden within the depths of ancient wisdom lies a forgotten power, one that has shaped civilizations, inspired heroes, and guided humanity through its darkest hours? A power so profound, yet so misunderstood, that its absence in our modern world has left a void in the soul of humanity. This is the power of the divine masculine archetypes. But before you dismiss this as just another abstract concept, consider this. Why do so many of us feel disconnected from our purpose, adrift in a sea of uncertainty, or trapped in cycles of chaos and imbalance? Could it be that we've lost touch with the sacred energies that once anchored us to the rhythms of life, the cosmos, and our own inner truth? The divine masculine is not about dominance or control, nor is it confined to gender. It is a universal force, a sacred blueprint that exists within all of us, men and women alike. It is the energy of structure, protection, courage, and wisdom. It is the fire that forges transformation, the discipline that builds empires, and the clarity that cuts through illusion. Yet, in a world that often glorifies chaos and rejects balance, this ancient power has been buried, forgotten, and misunderstood. In this video, we will embark on a journey to rediscover the divine masculine archetypes. We will explore their origins in ancient teachings, their profound significance in spiritual traditions, and their relevance in our lives today. Together, we will uncover the warrior, the king, the magician, and the lover, 4 archetypes that hold the keys to unlocking our highest potential. But this is not just a history lesson or a philosophical discussion. By the end of this journey, you will have practical tools to awaken these archetypes within yourself, to bring balance to your life, and to step into your true power. So, are you ready to remember the forgotten power of the divine masculine? To reclaim the wisdom that has been waiting for you all along? Let us begin. To understand the divine masculine archetypes, we must first journey back to the ancient world, a time when humanity lived in harmony with the rhythms of nature and the cosmos. In those days, the masculine and feminine were not seen as opposing forces, but as complementary energies, each essential to the balance of life. The divine masculine was revered as the protector, the builder, and the visionary, while the divine feminine embodied creation, intuition, and nurturing. Together, they formed the sacred dance of existence, a cosmic balance reflected in myths, rituals, and spiritual practices across cultures. The concept of archetypes, as we know it today, was popularized by the Swiss psychologist Carl Jung. He described archetypes as universal symbols or patterns that exist in the collective unconscious of humanity. But Jung was not the first to recognize these patterns. Long before modern psychology, ancient civilizations encoded these archetypes into their myths, legends, and spiritual teachings. Take, for example, the archetype of the king. In ancient Egypt, the pharaoh was not merely a ruler, but a divine intermediary, embodying the principles of order, justice, and harmony. The concept of Ma'at, the cosmic order, was central to Egyptian spirituality, and the king was seen as its earthly guardian. Similarly, in Arthurian legend, the king archetype is represented by King Arthur, whose role was to unite the land, uphold justice, and protect the sacred. The warrior archetype, too, has deep roots in ancient traditions. In Hinduism, the Bhagavad Gita tells the story of Arjuna, a warrior torn between his duty and his conscience. Guided by Krishna, he learns that the true warrior fights not for personal gain, but for a higher purpose. The samurai of Japan, with their code of Bushido, also exemplify the warrior archetype, disciplined, honorable, and unwavering in their commitment to their path. The magician archetype appears in the form of shamans, priests, and sages, those who bridge the seen and unseen worlds. In ancient Greece, the Oracle of Delphi served as a conduit for divine wisdom, while in the Hermetic tradition, the magician was the alchemist, transforming base metals into gold and ignorance into enlightenment. And then there is the lover, the archetype of passion, connection, and creativity. In Greek mythology, Eros represents the lover's energy, the force that binds the universe together. The lover is not merely about romantic love, but about the deep appreciation of beauty, the joy of creation, and the ability to connect with others and the world on a soul level. These archetypes were not just abstract ideas, they were living principles, guiding individuals and societies toward balance and harmony. But as humanity moved into the modern age, something shifted. The rise of industrialization, materialism, and individualism began to erode our connection to these sacred energies. The divine masculine was distorted into a shadow of its true self, manifesting as aggression, domination, and disconnection. The archetypes were forgotten, relegated to the realm of myth and fantasy. Yet they have not disappeared. They remain within us, waiting to be remembered and reawakened. The ancient texts, the myths, and the spiritual traditions are not relics of the past. They are maps, guiding us back to the truth of who we are. In the next section, we will begin to unravel the core concepts of the divine masculine archetypes. We will explore what it means to embody the king, the warrior, the magician, and the lover, and how these energies can transform our lives. To truly understand the divine masculine archetypes, we must first recognize that they are not rigid roles or external ideals. They are energies, universal patterns that exist within each of us, regardless of gender. These archetypes are like the four cardinal directions of the soul, guiding us toward balance, purpose, and wholeness. When they are awakened and integrated, they empower us to live with clarity, strength, and love. But when they are neglected or distorted, they can lead to chaos, imbalance, and suffering. Let us begin with the first two archetypes, the king and the warrior. The king, the archetype of sovereignty and order. The king archetype is the cornerstone of the divine masculine. It represents sovereignty, leadership, and the ability to create order out of chaos. The king is not a tyrant or a dictator. He is a servant leader, ruling with wisdom, compassion, and a deep sense of responsibility. He is the embodiment of stability, the axis around which the world turns. Imagine a great tree standing tall in the center of a forest. Its roots run deep into the earth, anchoring it firmly, while its branches stretch toward the heavens, providing shelter and nourishment to all who dwell beneath it. This is the essence of the king. He is grounded, yet expansive. He provides structure, yet allows for growth. In practical terms, the king archetype manifests as the ability to take charge of one's life, to set boundaries, and to create a vision for the future. A healthy king is decisive but not domineering, confident but not arrogant. He understands that true power comes not from control, but from alignment with higher principles. But when the king archetype is distorted, it can take two shadow forms, the tyrant and the weakling. The tyrant seeks to dominate and control, driven by fear and insecurity. The weakling, on the other hand, abdicates responsibility, allowing chaos to reign. Both shadows are born from a disconnection from the true essence of the king. To awaken the king within, one must cultivate self-discipline, clarity of purpose, and a commitment to serving the greater good. Meditation, journaling, and practices that connect you to your inner truth can help you step into this archetype. The warrior, the archetype of courage and discipline. If the king is the ruler, the warrior is the protector. The warrior archetype embodies courage, discipline, and the willingness to take action in the face of adversity. He is the force that defends the sacred, upholds justice, and fights for what is right. The warrior is not reckless or violent. He is focused and intentional. Like a blade forged in fire, His strength comes from discipline and refinement. He knows when to act and when to hold back, when to fight and when to surrender. In mythology, the warrior is often depicted as a hero on a quest, facing trials and challenges that test his strength and resolve. But the true battle is not external, it is within. The warrior must confront his own fears, doubts, and shadows to emerge victorious. In our modern world, the warrior archetype is often misunderstood. It is not about aggression or domination. It is about standing firm in your truth, even when the odds are against you. It is about having the courage to face your fears, the discipline to stay the course, and the strength to protect what matters most. When the warrior archetype is distorted, it can manifest as the sadist or the masochist. The sadist uses his strength to harm others, while the masochist sacrifices himself unnecessarily, losing sight of his own worth. Both shadows arise from a lack of balance and a disconnection from the higher purpose of the warrior. To awaken the warrior within, one must cultivate physical and mental discipline. Practices like martial arts, strength training, or even setting and achieving personal goals can help you embody this archetype. The warrior thrives on challenge, so seek out opportunities to push your limits and grow stronger. These two archetypes, the king and the warrior, are deeply interconnected. The king provides the vision, while the warrior brings it to life. The king creates order, and the warrior defends it. Together, they form the foundation of the divine masculine, guiding us toward purpose and balance. In the next section, we will explore the remaining archetypes, the magician and the lover. These energies bring depth, wisdom, and connection to the divine masculine, completing the sacred circle of archetypes. Now that we've explored the king and the warrior, the archetypes of sovereignty and action, let us turn our attention to the magician and the lover. These two archetypes bring wisdom, creativity, and connection to the divine masculine, completing the sacred balance of energies. The magician, the archetype of wisdom and transformation. The magician archetype is the keeper of knowledge, the seeker of truth, and the master of transformation. He is the alchemist who turns lead into gold, ignorance into understanding, and chaos into clarity. The magician is not bound by the physical world. He bridges the seen and unseen, drawing upon the mysteries of the cosmos to bring forth wisdom and insight. In mythology, the magician appears as the shaman, the sage, or the wizard. Think of Merlin, guiding King Arthur with his wisdom, or Thoth, the Egyptian god of knowledge and writing, who was said to have gifted humanity with the secrets of the universe. The magician archetype is not about performing tricks or illusions. It is about understanding the deeper laws of reality and using that knowledge to create change. The magician's power lies in his ability to see beyond the surface, to uncover hidden truths, and to use that understanding to guide others. He is the archetype of the teacher, the healer, and the visionary. But his wisdom is not merely intellectual, it is experiential. The magician learns through direct experience, through trial and error, and through a deep connection to the mysteries of life. When the magician archetype is distorted, it can take two shadow forms, the manipulator and the denier. The manipulator uses his knowledge for selfish or harmful purposes, twisting the truth to serve his own ends. The denier, on the other hand, rejects his own power, refusing to share his wisdom or engage with the world. Both shadows arise from fear, fear of responsibility, fear of failure, or fear of the unknown. To awaken the magician within, one must cultivate curiosity, self-awareness, and a willingness to explore the mysteries of life. Practices like meditation, journaling, or studying spiritual and philosophical texts can help you connect with this archetype. The magician thrives on learning and growth, so seek out opportunities to expand your understanding and share your insights with others. The lover, the archetype of connection and passion. The lover archetype is the heart of the divine masculine. He is the embodiment of passion, creativity, and connection. The lover sees the beauty in all things, from the grandeur of a sunset to the subtle grace of a single flower. He is deeply attuned to the rhythms of life, the pulse of the earth, and the song of the soul. In mythology, the lover is often represented by gods of love and beauty, such as Eros in Greek mythology or Krishna in Hinduism. But the lover's energy is not limited to romantic love. It is the force that drives us to create, to connect, and to experience life in all its fullness. The lover is the artist, the poet, and the dreamer, but he is also the one who loves deeply, who feels deeply, and who lives fully. The lover archetype teaches us to embrace vulnerability, to open our hearts, and to connect with others on a soul level. He reminds us that life is not just about achieving goals or acquiring knowledge. It is about experiencing joy, beauty, and connection. When the lover archetype is distorted, it can manifest as the addict or the impotent lover. The addict becomes consumed by his desires, losing himself in the pursuit of pleasure or passion. The impotent lover, on the other hand, shuts himself off from his emotions, becoming numb and disconnected. Both shadows arise from a fear of vulnerability and a disconnection from the true essence of the lover. To awaken the lover within, one must cultivate presence, gratitude, and a deep appreciation for life. Practices like mindfulness, creative expression, or spending time in nature can help you connect with this archetype. The lover thrives on connection, so seek out opportunities to build meaningful relationships and to express your love and creativity. The sacred balance of the archetypes. The magician and the lover complete the sacred circle of the divine masculine archetypes. The magician brings wisdom and transformation, while the lover brings passion and connection. Together with the king and the warrior, they form a balanced and harmonious whole. The king provides vision and structure. The warrior brings courage and action. The magician offers wisdom and insight. The lover inspires connection and creativity. When these archetypes are awakened and integrated, they empower us to live with purpose, balance, and authenticity. They remind us that the divine masculine is not about dominance or control. It is about alignment with higher principles, service to others, and a deep connection to the sacred. In the next section, we will explore how to apply these archetypes in your daily life. We will discuss practical techniques for awakening and integrating these energies so you can step into your true power and live a life of purpose and balance. Now that we've explored the divine masculine archetypes, the king, the warrior, the magician, and the lover, it's time to bring these energies into your daily life. Awakening and integrating these archetypes is not just a philosophical exercise. It is a transformative journey that can help you find balance, purpose, and fulfillment. Here are practical steps and techniques to activate each archetype within yourself. Awakening the king, cultivating sovereignty and vision. To awaken the king archetype, you must first take responsibility for your life. The king thrives on clarity, structure, and purpose, so begin by creating a vision for your future. Ask yourself, what kind of life do I want to create? What values and principles will guide me? How can I serve the greater good? Practical techniques. 1. Journaling for clarity. Write down your goals, values, and long-term vision. Reflect on what truly matters to you and how you can align your actions with your higher purpose. 2. Set boundaries. The king protects his kingdom by setting clear boundaries. Identify areas in your life where you need to say no or establish limits to protect your energy and focus. 3. Daily rituals. Create a morning or evening ritual that grounds you and connects you to your inner king. This could include meditation, prayer, or simply taking a few moments to reflect on your goals and intentions. Awakening the warrior, building courage and discipline. The warrior archetype is activated through action and discipline. To awaken this energy, you must confront your fears, push your limits, and commit to a path of growth. The warrior thrives on challenge, so seek out opportunities to test your strength and resilience. Practical techniques. 1. Physical training. Engage in activities that challenge your body and build discipline, such as martial arts, weightlifting, or endurance training. Physical strength and mental strength are deeply connected. 2. Face your fears. Identify one fear or challenge you've been avoiding and take a small step toward overcoming it. The warrior grows stronger with every battle, no matter how small. 3. Set goals and follow through. Choose one goal that requires effort and commitment and take consistent action toward achieving it. The warrior thrives on progress and momentum. Awakening the magician, seeking wisdom and transformation. The magician archetype is awakened through curiosity, self-awareness, and a connection to the mysteries of life. To activate this energy, you must cultivate a sense of wonder and a desire to learn and grow. The magician is the seeker of truth, so embrace practices that expand your understanding of yourself and the world. Practical techniques. 1. Meditation and reflection. Spend time in stillness, observing your thoughts and emotions. Meditation helps you connect with your inner wisdom and gain clarity. 2. Study and learn. Read books, take courses, or explore spiritual and philosophical teachings that resonate with you. The magician thrives on knowledge and insight. 3. Creative visualization. Use visualization techniques to imagine the life you want to create. The magician is the master of transformation, and visualization is a powerful tool for manifesting change. Awakening the lover, embracing connection and passion. The lover archetype is activated through presence, gratitude, and a deep appreciation for life. To awaken this energy, you must open your heart, connect with others, and embrace the beauty of the present moment. The lover reminds us that life is not just about doing, it is about being. Practical techniques. 1. Practice mindfulness. Spend time each day fully present in the moment. Whether you're eating, walking, or simply breathing, focus on the sensations and emotions of the experience. 2. Express gratitude. Keep a gratitude journal or take a moment each day to reflect on what you're thankful for. Gratitude opens the heart and deepens your connection to life. 3. Engage in creative expression. Whether it's painting, writing, dancing, or playing music, find a creative outlet that allows you to express your emotions and connect with your inner lover. Integrating the archetypes, finding balance. While each archetype has its own unique energy, true power comes from integrating them into a harmonious whole. The king provides vision, the warrior takes action, the magician offers wisdom, and the lover brings connection. Together, they create a balanced and empowered life. Practical techniques for integration. 1. Self-reflection. At the end of each day, reflect on how you embodied each archetype. Did you take decisive action like the warrior? Did you connect with others like the lover? Did you seek wisdom like the magician? Did you lead with purpose like the king? 2. Balance your energy. If you notice that one archetype is dominating or another is neglected, take steps to bring them into balance. For example, if you're overly focused on action, warrior, spend time in reflection, magician, or connection, lover. 3. Rituals of alignment. Create a weekly or monthly ritual to reconnect with all 4 archetypes. This could include journaling, meditation, or a symbolic act that represents each energy. Overcoming challenges. Awakening the divine masculine archetypes is not always easy. You may encounter resistance, fear, or doubt along the way. Remember, this journey is not about perfection. It is about progress. Be patient with yourself and trust the process. If you feel stuck, seek support from mentors, friends, or spiritual communities. The path of the divine masculine is not meant to be walked alone. By connecting with others who share your journey, you can find strength, inspiration, and guidance. In the next section, we will conclude this journey with a powerful reflection on the importance of the divine masculine archetypes and a call to action to embody these energies in your life. The divine masculine archetypes, the king, the warrior, the magician, and the lover, are not just ancient symbols or abstract ideas. They are living energies, sacred blueprints that exist within each of us, waiting to be awakened. They remind us of who we truly are, sovereign beings with the power to create, protect, transform, and connect. In a world that often feels chaotic and disconnected, the absence of these archetypes is deeply felt. Without the king, we lose our sense of purpose and direction. Without the warrior, we lack the courage to face life's challenges. Without the magician, we are blind to the deeper truths of existence. And without the lover, we become numb to the beauty and joy of life. But the good news is this: these archetypes have not disappeared. They are still within you, waiting to be remembered and reawakened. By embracing the king, you can reclaim your sovereignty and create a life of purpose. By embodying the warrior, you can find the strength to overcome obstacles and fight for what matters. By activating the magician, you can unlock the wisdom and insight needed to transform your life. And by connecting with the lover, you can experience the joy, passion, and connection that make life worth living. This journey is not about becoming something you are not. It is about remembering who you have always been. The divine masculine is not about dominance or control. It is about balance, harmony, and alignment with the sacred. It is about stepping into your true power and using it to serve the greater good. So I leave you with this question. Which archetype is calling to you right now? Is it the king, urging you to take charge of your life and create a vision for the future? Is it the warrior, challenging you to face your fears and take action? Is it the magician, inviting you to seek wisdom and transformation? Or is it the lover, reminding you to open your heart and connect with the beauty of life? Take a moment to reflect on this question, and then take one small step to awaken that archetype within yourself. Whether it's journaling, meditating, setting a goal, or simply being present in the moment, every step you take brings you closer to your true self. The world needs the divine masculine now more than ever. It needs leaders who can create order out of chaos, warriors who can stand for truth and justice, sages who can guide with wisdom, and lovers who can heal with connection. And it begins with you. So, rise. Awaken the king, the warrior, the magician, and the lover within you. Step into your power and let the forgotten wisdom of the divine masculine guide you toward a life of purpose, balance, and fulfillment. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If this message resonated with you, I invite you to reflect, share your thoughts, and take action. Together, we can rediscover the sacred balance that has been waiting for us all along. Until next time, remember, the power of the divine masculine is not lost. It is simply waiting to be remembered.